Is software engineering dying? Will the year 2025 mark the start of the end of software engineering as a career? Well, we'll find all the answers to that question in this video, so stick around. If we are being honest with ourselves now, artificial intelligence and automation have been shifting things a lot in the tech industry in recent times. I mean, you can literally build a whole website by saying some prompt into some AI tools and your website is built. It's that easy. But does that mean that the role of software engineers are just going to go obsolete just like that, maybe in few months or years? Actually, no is the answer. The truth is the role is changing, but what you need to do as a software engineer or someone who is looking to become one is to always adapt to those shifts in the role so that you can remain relevant in this field. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about all the changes that is happening right now and you need to be aware of as a software engineer and what you need to do to remain relevant. I'm going to be telling you the skills you need to learn, the skills you need to move away from that are becoming a little bit obsolete, and the hot career paths in 2025 and beyond. So make sure you watch till the end, share with someone who needs to see this, and also put a comment down there. First of all, why is software engineering roles changing? It's a no-brainer. First of all, technology is advancing and there are many factors that are shaping the future of software engineering. First and foremost of such factors is AI and automation. AI and automation are taking over many coding roles, and you can literally use a lot of AI tools right now like GitHub, even ChatGPT, Copilot, to generate code, to debug, and even suggest improvements, which is interesting. And AI can even get the work done faster, but it cannot replace real problem solving, system design, and even creative thinking, which is what human software engineers can provide and where they have a huge role to play. Another factor that is causing changes to the roles of software engineers now is the increase in low code or no code platforms that people can use to build apps from the beginning to the end without deep knowledge of coding. I'm talking tools or platforms like Webflow, Bubble, Microsoft Power App, and many others. They can create apps without any deep knowledge of coding, which makes it a threat again to software engineer role. These platforms are great for creating or developing simple applications, but of course when it comes to developing complex systems, AI lacks the flexibility that is required to use these platforms to create such complex systems or applications. So definitely human software engineers is still needed in this area. Another important factor that is also changing the roles of software engineers is the fact that cloud computing is now the standard everywhere. Most companies are moving to the cloud, not literally like the cloud, but like they're moving to cloud computing systems. So what that means is that as software engineers, we also need to learn how to use platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and other platforms like that. Traditional on-site software is becoming rare, and software engineers need to up their game by learning how to use cloud-native systems. So this is one of the reasons that adaptation is very necessary. Just like any other thing in life, you need to adapt and learn some other skill, which means upskilling so that you stay relevant. So now let me tell you in clear terms how you can stay relevant as a software engineer in 2025 and beyond. But before then, quick introduction if you have not met me. My name is Buki and I'm very passionate about helping young people to achieve success in school and beyond. And every week I upload a video similar to this topic that is equally informative and educative. And if this sounds like something that you'd like to be a part of, please click the subscribe button now. It's somewhere on your screen right now. Click subscribe so that you can get to see all the amazing stuff that we're about on this channel and we can get to grow together. So if you want to stay relevant as a software engineer, and not just relevant, to be highly sought after and to be in high demand as a software engineer professional, you need to learn some skills. And this is what I always tell people who care to listen. You always need to upskill. You always need to keep learning. Myself, I'm basically learning a lot of things right now. I'm learning about artificial intelligence, machine learning. I'm taking some courses on Coursera just to familiarize myself with these skills and this new knowledge, and that's what everyone needs to do in their field. So you need to learn some skills. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are here to stay, whether we like it or not. It will continue to influence our life. It will continue to redefine people's roles in their different jobs. Apart from software engineers, almost all the jobs are going to be impacted by AI and machine learning. So people need to learn skills that will help them to remain relevant. And you need to learn skills or to use tools like OpenAI APIs. You need to learn how to use PyTorch, and just other skills. So being able to use these tools will set you apart and give you that edge over other software engineers, and also TensorFlow is also a very good tool that you need to learn how to use. You also need to learn cloud computing. Companies are in need of developers who can deploy applications on AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, or others. Another good skill you need to learn right now is cybersecurity. Hackers are on the increase, and they're also increasing their complexity. So companies are always in need of developers who also understand and have the knowledge of security, cyber security, to protect their systems from hacks. So this is one skill you also need to learn now if you want to remain not just relevant, but also set yourself apart and be in high demand. DevOps and automation is also a very good skill to have. Not just nice to have, but good to have as a skill. So especially for companies that are looking for efficient development processes, so you'll be very valuable in this field and add some more value to yourself as a software engineer if you have this skill. System design and architecture, this is another very important skill for you to learn as a software engineer who wants to remain relevant in 2025 and beyond. AI can write code but can't develop systems that will be efficient and scalable. This is something that a software engineer can only do, and so if you have this skill, it will add more to your relevance. And you need to continue to be on top of your game when it comes to developing soft skills that are needed in the workplace. A lot of people may not talk about this, but it's equally important, trust me. So you need to continue to work on your communication to be able to communicate effectively, develop problem solving skills, teamwork, and many other of such soft skills that are very much relevant. And emotional intelligence as well. These are skills that will help you to stay on the course as a professional who wants to be more sought after. So now that we've talked about some of the skills you need to learn if you want to remain relevant as a software engineer, let's look at some of the skills that are becoming less important in this field. There are some coding languages that are becoming a little bit outdated, although they may be useful in some certain niches. But generally, companies are looking away from some of these languages, some of these coding languages, and that include COBOL or Perl. But companies are looking more into coding languages like Python, JavaScript and Go. So you need to pay attention on some of the ones that are more relevant and move away from the ones that are getting a little bit outdated. Again, you need to move away from basic repetitive coding. These are functions that AI will perform very easily. So you need to focus on high-level problem solving instead. Also, manual testing is something that is getting a little bit obsolete right now. So it's better for you to learn test automation right now so that you can remain relevant and just not be doing things the old way. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to tell you some of the hot career paths in 2025 and beyond for software engineers. And I'm just going to be telling you that now because I kept my promise. Yes, I do. And first of all is AI and machine learning engineering. This is something that you need to look into. Is going to be hot cake come 2025 and beyond. Another is cybersecurity engineering or engineer. Also cloud engineering and also data engineering. These are also very important. And you can also look into full stack development, mobile app development, DevOps engineering. These are all going to be hot career paths in 2025 and beyond. If you're looking for where the money and the bag is, these are some of the good fields for you to focus on. So if I ask you again, is software engineering dying? The answer is no. Software engineering is not dying. Artificial intelligence and automation are changing the way software engineers work. But artificial intelligence and automation is not going to replace software engineers entirely. Instead, it's going to help them to work more efficiently. So the question is, should you be afraid that artificial intelligence is going to take your work from you, your job from you as a software engineer? No, you need to adapt to change, learn the skills I've talked about, and move away from some of these old skills so that you can still become very much valuable and very much sought after by companies who are looking for your services and skills. And if you're also curious and you'd like to know some of the skills that will be in high demand come 2030 in a few years' time, I have a video where I talked about all of the skills that will be in high demand then and what you need to do to position yourself to attract some of the opportunities that will be available by then. So make sure you click the video somewhere on my left or right, somewhere up there. Click, watch, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.